Since its birth in 2008 and released to the public in 2009, Bitcoin has been a highly contentious phenomenon. In the beginning, Bitcoin had a very bad reputation because it was most often linked to the dark web, where its unique features were used to support the notorious Silk Road Bazaar, where users could buy a wide range of illegal things with BTC. Even though we're months away from the new year, 2018 is likely to be remembered as a bust year in the history of Bitcoin, and has spent most of 2018 losing value after achieving an all-time high valuation of over $20,000 in December of 2017. With all those crashes, what are the 5 biggest crashes in the history of the crypto market? However, there have been a number of crashes in the history of Bitcoin. People may be surprised by the Bitcoin crash's history. Count the number of times Bitcoin has had catastrophic failures. 1, 2, or perhaps 4. And although the trite slogan, "When in doubt, zoom out," in which investors should keep in mind that dramatic price decreases in Bitcoin's past have not been unusual. Let's take a look at the 5 biggest Bitcoin price declines in history to get a better sense of what's going on with Bitcoin right now. Number 1. June 19, 2011. The worst was the first one. Before CoinMarketCap started monitoring Bitcoin's price, and even before Coinbase was available to enable buys and sales, Bitcoin was mostly traded on the long-defunct Mt. Gox exchange. After rising from $2 to $32 in the first half of the year, Bitcoin dropped to roughly $17.50 by the time the hack on the exchange enabled BTC to be sold for a cent. That's correct. Bitcoin's value dropped 99.9% in a single day. However, it was short-lived. It was just a flash crash, but the cause was bad, and you'll be sad to hear that Bitcoin no longer costs less than an internet bill every month. Number 2. December 2013. In October 2013, Bitcoin began a massive surge, and in November it exceeded the previous all-time high of $260. As the month progressed, Bitcoin showed no signs of slowing, and on December 4, it reached a high of roughly $1,150, surpassing the crucial $1,000 mark. But the price of Bitcoin went down, even more, when it became clear that Mt. Gox, at the time the biggest Bitcoin exchange in the world, had major problems. Mt. Gox said on February 10 that they are suspending all Bitcoin withdrawals from the site due to transaction malleability, which it claimed was triggered by a fault in the Bitcoin protocol. While other exchanges were resuming operations, Mt. Gox remained offline, which led to rumors that the exchange was bankrupt. Soon after, Mt. Gox CEO Mark Karpelès resigned from the Bitcoin Foundation, and the Mt. Gox website was reduced to a blank page and was filed for bankruptcy on February 28. They said that a security breach led to the loss of about 750,000 BTC that belonged to customers and 100,000 BTC that belonged to the company. Afterwards, Bitcoin saw a rally beginning in May 2014, rising from roughly $440 to over $650, whereas the second half of 2015 was very negative, with BTC bottoming out at around $177 in January 2015. After a year and a half, Bitcoin finally surpassed its previous record high of $1,150 in April 2017. This was the last big drop in Bitcoin prices before the bear market that Bitcoin and the whole cryptocurrency industry are now in. Number 3. December 2017. When crypto veterans discuss past bear markets, they're most often referring to the crypto winter that started in December 2017. The price of Bitcoin surged roughly 20-fold in 2017, hitting a new all-time high of $19,497 on December 15th. After 6 days, its price decreased by 29% to $13,831. And then in early February 2018, it fell below $7,000 and stayed there for the following 9 months, bouncing between $6,000 and $10,000. And by the end of the year, it seemed that the price of Bitcoin had steadied. On November 12th, it sold for $6,359. It was valued at less than $3,300 a month later, in December 2018. Ultimately, Bitcoin lost 83% of its value between December 2017 and 2018, where it simply couldn't seem to get a break. So, What made this meltdown and following bear market so awful was that it affected more than just Bitcoin. By this stage, Ethereum had established itself as the silver to Bitcoin's gold. However, a rash of initial coin offerings, ICOs, on the network in 2017, in which ordinary investors offered their ETH to fresh companies in need of liquidity in return for then worthless tokens, created the impression that the crypto bubble had burst. Number 4. March 10, 2020. No Bitcoin collapse history would be complete without mentioning the outbreak of the epidemic. With that being said, equity markets plummeted as investors started hoarding cash and liquid assets after the COVID lockdowns. Bitcoin, too, was mostly abandoned. The price dropped by 37% in a single day, from $7,911 to $4,970. However, a mix of stimulus checks and Federal Reserve initiatives kept the economy humming, and money was soon flowing again through the crypto markets. In addition to MicroStrategy and Tesla placing Bitcoin on their balance sheets, this injection of liquidity undoubtedly had a major influence in propelling Bitcoin to all-time highs exceeding $60,000 in the next year. Number 5. May 2021. The digital assets bubble was not burst by crypto winter or COVID. People simply continued expanding. By the beginning of 2021, the cryptocurrency market was saturated with alternatives to Ethereum such as Solana, decentralized tokens for finance such as Compound, and even a new wave of meme assets such as Shiba Inu. On April 14, the price of Bitcoin hit another all-time high, this time $63,314, setting a new record. By the 7th of May, it was still going strong, but the price dropped to $58,803 from its previous high. As of the 22nd of May, all of the supply had been completely removed from the market, and BTC reached $34,770. During the same period, the entire value of the cryptocurrency market cap dropped by more than one-third, going from $2.39 trillion to $1.58 trillion. It is clear from looking at the history of Bitcoin crashes that price drops in Bitcoin, even those that are quite severe, are nothing new. It is not a leap to predict that we will see more in the future as this asset matures. In its early days, the US stock market, which is now one of the most developed and profitable in the world, was also much more volatile. Despite this, the United States stock market continues to exist despite many highs and lows it experiences. In a similar vein, Bitcoin has been there for more than 10 years, and despite the fact that it has been declared dead hundreds of times, it has not been eradicated from existence. In spite of the fact that Bitcoin has been through a number of significant price declines throughout the course of its existence, the following is a look at how Bitcoin's price has behaved over the course of a longer period of time. As you can see, Bitcoin has been shown to be robust despite the fact that many people have dubbed it a hoax or stated that it was dead. The trajectory of Bitcoin over the long run seems to be heading in the right direction. In point of fact, Bitcoin is the asset that has performed the best in the 2010s, and its rivals haven't even come close. Now, Bitcoin's current stats appear terrible, but not as catastrophic as a 99.9% flash collapse or the lengthy crypto asset downturn that lasted from December 2017 to 2018. These market crashes were followed by booms, and the low points were followed by fresh gains. But the converse is also true. Some of the sharpest declines have been caused by hangovers after record highs. To put it simply, you can't claim that you were caught off guard. That wraps things up for today, and thank you for watching. See you in the next one.